Picture this. You finally retire early and book the trip you've been dreaming about for years. 2 weeks in, instead of excitement, you feel tension. You start checking prices, cutting days short, and saying, "We'll come back later." This wasn't in the budget. That moment is when people realize they retired early without a travel plan. And today, I want to make sure that never happens to you. By the end of this video, you'll know how much you actually need to retire early and travel comfortably. The 3 retirement travel styles and why one quietly ruins people, and the simple framework that lets you enjoy travel without fear even during market downturns. This isn't about retiring with the most money. It's about retiring early and living well. Here's what most early retirement advice gets wrong. The biggest mistake isn't undersaving. It's choosing the wrong travel lifestyle for the way your retirement income actually works. I'll show you what that means later, and once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. Everyone asks, how much do I need to retire early? That sounds logical, but it's the wrong starting point. The real question is, how do I want my days to feel? Because retirement isn't one lifestyle, and travel definitely isn't one lifestyle. Some people are perfectly happy spending $3,000 a month. Others feel constrained at $6,000. Neither is right or wrong. The problem starts when people copy someone else's number without copying their life. Almost every early retiree traveler fits into one of 3 styles. The first is the slow traveler. These are people who stay in one place for months at a time, rent apartments, find favorite cafes, and build simple routines. This lifestyle costs less than most people expect, feels stable, and works beautifully for early retirement. Many slow travelers are comfortable between $3,000 and $5,000 a month depending on location. The catch is simple slow travel only works if you're okay with depth instead of novelty. The second style is seasonal living. These retirees rotate between 2 or 3 locations, avoid harsh winters or extreme summers, and return to the same places year after year. This lifestyle feels predictable, emotionally grounding, and balanced. Most seasonal travelers land between $5,000 and $8,000 a month. It's one of the most underrated retirement travel styles. The third style is where people get into trouble, the bucket list hopper. This retiree moves fast, chases experiences, and treats retirement like a permanent vacation. At first, it feels incredible. Then the burn rate shows up. Flights, hotels, tours, constant decisions. This is where people say, I didn't expect retirement to feel this stressful. Later, I'll show you how people travel this way without destroying their retirement plan. Now imagine 2 people. One needs $3,000 a month. The other needs $6,000. Most advice stops there, but what really matters is when that spending happens, why it happens, and how flexible it is. Early retirement travel isn't about spending the same amount forever. It's about spending differently over time. Here's something most people ignore. You don't spend the same way at 55 that you do at 75. Early retirement usually starts with more travel, more movement, and more experiences. Later, things slow down. Comfort matters more. Routine becomes valuable. If your plan only works when you stay conservative forever, it's not a plan. It's a hope. Let me tell you about 2 retirees. Daniel retires at 57 with solid savings and a paid-off home. He wants to see everything while he can, so he travels constantly. By year 3, he isn't broke, but he's tense. Every market dip feels personal. Maria retires at 58 with similar savings and health, but she chooses longer stays. 3 months here, 4 months there. Her spending is smoother, her stress is lower, and her enjoyment is higher. Same money. Completely different experience. Early retirement doesn't fail because people didn't save enough. It fails because they didn't test their lifestyle, didn't design flexibility, and didn't plan for emotion, boredom, or fear. Money problems in retirement usually show up as emotional problems first. If you remember one thing from this entire video, make it this. Early retirement travel only feels stressful when all your spending depends on the market behaving nicely. The fix isn't spending less. The fix is separating your money by purpose and giving it clear roles. The first row is your base life. This covers housing, food, utilities, insurance, healthcare basics, and local transportation. This is your sleep well at night money. For early retirees who travel, this often means long stays, monthly rentals, groceries, and everyday living. This bucket is protected. If the market drops tomorrow, this part of your life does not change. That's the foundation. The second row is flexible travel, and this is where people finally relax. This bucket pays for flights, short trips, experiences, tours, and spontaneous moments. The key is that this bucket expands and contracts. In good market years, you travel more. In flat years, you slow things down. In bad years, you pause big trips without panic. Travel doesn't disappear, it adjusts. This is why some early retirees stay calm during downturns, while others feel constant anxiety. The third row is later life and protection. This covers long-term care, major health events, and anything you want set aside for the future or a legacy. Most people obsess over this bucket too early. Smart retirees build a good life first, protect dignity later, and don't hoard money out of fear. This bucket gives you permission to enjoy the present. What this system really does isn't mathematical. It's psychological. It separates survival money from joy money and fear from choice. When everything comes from one pile, every expense feels dangerous. When money has roles, your brain calms down. That is why some people with less money feel more confident than people with more money and no structure. Now, let's talk about the moment everyone worries about. The market drops, the news gets loud, and your account balance looks smaller. Successful early retirees don't cancel everything in panic, swear off travel forever, or pretend nothing is happening. Instead, they follow one simple rule. When markets are down, shorten trips, stay longer in one place, and trade novelty for depth. Instead of 3 countries in 1 month, they choose one great place for 6 weeks. Same joy, lower cost, much less stress. Travel evolves instead of disappearing. Now, let me save you from one of the most expensive early retirement mistakes. Most people choose retirement destinations on vacation terms, and that's a trap. Before committing to any place, ask yourself what life feels like there on a random Tuesday. Not during perfect weather and not during festivals. Just normal life. Ask what noises you didn't notice at first dogs, traffic, construction, neighbors' schedules. The thing you ignore in the first week can drive you crazy by the 3rd month. Ask how easy healthcare really is. Not in theory, but in real life with actual doctors, pharmacies, and emergency access. Ask whether you can live there without constant spending. If happiness requires restaurants every day and nonstop entertainment, that place may be vacation perfect and retirement hostile,